will talk about the interview process, and there's a bonus section on the tips and tricks which if you follow will boost your chances significantly. Intended audience are freshers and students who are interested in Infosys. Please watch the video till end to gain complete insights. By the end of this video, you will have a fair idea on what kind of questions are being asked in Infosys, what is the interview process, how you should answer the questions, and what you should do which will make you a notch higher than your competitors. Okay, so let's begin. Starting with interview process, it's a 3-step process. First round is the aptitude test where questions will be about reasoning, quantitative, aptitude, verbal ability. Round 2 will be technical interview followed by HR interview. So this is the interview process in a nutshell. Many of the candidates with whom we have worked feel that the interview difficulty is average. So let's start with the interview questions. Introduction questions. Introduction questions are the questions to understand about you, and then most of the follow-up questions will be based on some of the sample questions are: tell me about yourself. This is a question which has been asked by almost each and every person with whom we have discussed. This is one of the first questions you are likely to be asked. Ensure that you prepare well for this question. How you can answer this question? You can talk about your education, projects done, hobbies, where you grew up. Try not to say something which might raise red flags. Next question is on what are your hobbies or interest or pastime. How you can answer this question? You can start by sharing some of your personal interests and experiences that don't relate directly to work. You can even share some fun facts and showcase your personality to make the interview a little more interesting. Next is what's your favorite technology? Be prepared to answer questions like this, which the interviewer will use to move forward in the interview and ask follow-up questions. Moving on to the next section, project experience. Project questions are asked almost in every interview. Being a fresher, you will not have any major work experience. Your third and fourth year projects are the ones which Infosys can evaluate the work done by you for a better fitment. Let's begin. So the first section of questions will be prompting you to explain the project. Questions can be explain your project, tell about your projects, explain your graduation project, and similar questions which will ask you more details about the project. Based on how you have explained the project, next set of questions will follow. Next set of questions could be on difficulties and challenge faced during the project. Sample questions are something like describe a situation in which your group faced a problem and you resolved it. Next set of questions could be another follow-up questions on what role did you play in those projects to understand whether you really did the project and what was your role in that particular project. Other could be how did you handle and manage a team to understand how good a team player are you. Most of these questions are the questions which you would have already faced during the project. So if you have really done the project, it will be very easy for you to answer these questions. Use the sample questions as a list and prepare the answers of these questions well in advance. HR questions. Let's start with HR questions. Tell us something about Infosys. Be prepared to talk about Infosys. If you haven't watched the detailed review which we have done on Infosys, I highly recommend you to watch it, as some of the questions will come from it. You can watch it from the description or channel page. Why Infosys? Talk about what motivated you towards Infosys. Like you can say you have been hearing the name from your childhood and have a dream of joining Infosys. Why should we hire you? And what makes you different? Frame your answer by demonstrating you can do the work and deliver exceptional results. You will fit in beautifully and be a great addition to the team. Make interviewer feel that hiring you will make him look smart. This question is asked for the non-IT or computer science background questions. Being a mechanical or any other branch engineer, why do you want to get into IT sector? What's your motivation to do so? Be honest and talk about what motivates you to IT sector. Don't say that there are no jobs in your particular sector. Once in Infosys, what would you do if you get frustrated? People believe that IT people have to work for extended hours. Explain them what keeps you calm and your flexibility to work for longer hours. Why are your marks low? This is one of the questions which are asked in case if you have scored less marks in your 10th, 12th or graduation. Be honest and show improvement what you did after scoring low. Are you okay to relocate to Mysore? Answer in affirmation. Are you good to work on any location across India after training? Of course, yes. Why not? Will you be comfortable working on any technology? Show them that at this stage of your career, learning is most important for you. What are your future goals, plans? Where do you want yourself in 5 years? Be specific. Stick to the Infosys company and show your commitment. Never say like that being married with kids or opening your own startup or further studies is your future goal. Talk about proud moments of your life. Speak about them. Infosys interview can be a proud moment for some of the people. Are you willing to sign bond? Yes, why not? Are you interested in higher studies? If you will say yes, your chances of being selected will be dim. better say no. What are your weakness and strengths? We did a video on how to answer weakness question. You can watch it from the card at the top right corner or from channel page. Programming questions. Programming questions are asked to assess your programming skills. Remember that even though you are unable to write exact code, the approach and algorithm which you write is equally important. You can have a look at the sample questions from the list and prepare yourself. Technical questions. Technical questions will be related to programming languages like C, C++, Java and database. Also, branch-specific questions will be asked. You need to be well prepared with the basics. You can read the list to have a better idea of what you need to prepare.
Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.
Tips and tricks. These are some very important tips and tricks which we have gathered after speaking with hundreds of candidates. If you execute them well, you will definitely have an edge than the competition. Be comfortable with your CV. Most of the questions are asked from your resume. You need to be well versed and understand your resume very well. Demonstrate and stress on your willingness to learn. Show them at this stage of your career, learning is the most important thing in your life. Speak clearly, be precise and to the point. Be confident. This is one of the most important traits which is required to clear Infosys interview. Even if you are answering the questions incorrectly, if you are confident, you can still make it. Prepare your project well. Your project is very important. Many of the questions are asked from your project. You need to prepare the project very well. Don't copy the resume. Keep your resume in original. Your resume should not be a copy of your friend's. You never know. Your friend might be interviewed before you by the same interviewer, which might hamper your chances. Don't make any mistakes in the resume. Some of the people are very peculiar about any mistakes in the resume. There have been candidates who made spelling mistakes in resume and interviewers asked them to spell the word. Have subject knowledge in your core area. If you are from electrical or mechanical or from computer science, make sure that the core subjects which you have studied, you have a good understanding of those subjects. Always ask questions at the end. Make sure you prepare for at least 2 or 3 questions which you should ask at the end of your interview. Practice interview questions, take mock and practice interview.
I'm Harka Chodsetti and welcome to GRS Talks. And today I'm gonna explain you about my Infosys interview. And for the Infosys, as you all know, it's a MNC company, multinational company, which offers very good salary and very good all these like role all this. So I was invited for this also, as I was into the under the criteria like 7.5 GPA or 75% without any backlogs. So I attended for this drive as it was a pool drive. Many campuses and many people came for this drive to get selected. So I went for this. The first round was aptitude round. As for every company, it is the mandatory round. So in that round, they asked there were questions like aptitude, verbal English, and some technical questions. But there was no coding part as it was the round for all branches. And the people who were selected in that round were asked to attend the HR round, which was like HR plus a TR. In that round, just go with the I went with my resume where I wrote all the details about my whole BTech life and the achievements I got. So you people also be ready with your resume and build it. I went for the canva.com where you can build your resume very efficiently and effectively. So just you guys also try to go for it and just choose what you what the style you want and make it. So I went with my resume and they asked me questions about like my career options and my BTech life and the projects I have done and the role I have played in my projects, all these, and some technical questions which takes why you choose Python over Java, or like Java over Python, and which language you prefer when you are given a project, all these questions. And some management questions like are you ready to relocate and are you ready to work at night shifts, all this. So just answer with confidence. Confidence is the main key to get placed. So I took it as a challenge and answered every question with the extreme confidence, and I went out and they asked me when went out. So I went out and I was waited for 1 hour to check my email address and other details like my roll number, address, all this, and I was asked to wait for the confirmation. So I did it, and at the night my name was in the list of whole selected students released by the Infosys. So please guys, use my tips, and just ask me if any tips or any tricks you want to know about this Infosys Drive. I will try to answer your questions in the, just drop your messages in the comment box below. So, and please don't forget to subscribe GRS Talks. Thank you.